All right, today we're talking Unit 11 supplement areas of triangles, parallelograms, and trapezoids. Just a reminder, this is being recorded, so if you would like to say something or answer any questions, you can. If not, hold your questions until the very end. Area of a parallelogram. So the area of a parallelogram is equal to the base times the height. Okay, the only thing that we need to make sure of, so say for instance, this is our parallelogram. When we talk about height, it is the entire base over that height. You need to make sure that you create a 90-degree angle in order to find that height, or perpendicular. Perpendicular is mainly what it's called. If you notice, though, it's kind of like the very same thing that you would do if you had a rectangle. Because if I cut out that piece of that triangle, I could actually insert it here, and it would create that rectangle for me. So that's why we have that formula as area is base times height. The next one is area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height, because if we cut a parallelogram into two, we will create a triangle. It's just half of the parallelogram. And the last is area of a trapezoid. Area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 the height times the base of the top and then the base of the bottom. So we're going to add both of those together. We're going to multiply it by the height, and we'll divide by 2. So let's take a look at example 1 here. It's got find the area of the parallelogram, the base of 9 yards, and a height of 4 yards. So that's pretty nice. A already gave us, we've got 3 different things. A already gave us the base and the height. So on part A, area is equal to base times height. So area would be 9 times 4, or 36 yards squared. Part B says if only one dimension is doubled, how will this affect the area of the parallelogram? So let's take a look at this. If one of these is doubled, maybe the h is doubled. Let's say let h equal 8 this time. So now we have 9 times 8, which is 72. What happened to that area? Connor? It also doubled. Yeah, it also doubled. So whenever we double one of the sides, it'll double the area of the entire thing. So now letter C says if both the height and the width are doubled, how will this affect the area of the parallelogram? So let's look at C. We're going to let B equal 18 and H equal 8. So area is equal to 18 times 8. Which is 144 yards square. How does 144 correlate to 36? Meaning, like, what do they have in common? Like, how could I go from one to the other? Connor? Good. So if I took 36 and multiplied by 4, I would get the 144. So how will this affect the area? If both of the dimensions are doubled, then the entire area will be quadrupled. Okay, it'll make it 4 times that. So like this, this here was 2 times the original area, and then this would have been 4 times the original area. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to example number 2. Oh, hopefully my board stays with me a little bit. My board's messed up. Can you guys still see that? Okay. Okay. Given the following information, find the height of the parallelogram. So the area of the parallelogram is 144 square feet. My base is 7, and my height is 3x minus 12. let's first look at what the formula is. So A is equal to base times height. And now let's plug in what they've given us. So 147 is equal to 7 times 3x minus 12 and solve. So 147 is equal to 21x minus 84. Going to add 84 to both sides. So 21x is equal to, it's 231. And then let's divide by 21. So x. Oh, thank you. All right, so x is then equal to x will be equal to 11. So now what we want to do is if we want to find the height, we need to plug that 11 back into the equation. So h is equal to 3 times 11 minus 12. So 33 minus 12, our height will be equal to 21 feet. Looks like 21 feet. Right. Questions at all? Okay. I want you to try this next one out. Find the area of the big triangle. What I mean by big triangle is find the area, use that area of a triangle formula, find the area of this triangle here. And then compare it with my answer. Take a look at my answer. If you have a question, let me know. Otherwise, I'd like you to move on to the next one here. Find the area of this big triangle as well. So remember, in order to create a base and a height, you have to make that 90-degree angle, which this is what's kind of helping along here to do. So go ahead and find the area there. Yeah. So the base doesn't. Well, here's the deal: it is only whenever you can somehow create a 90-degree angle. Like for instance, if you look at the last one, you were able to create a 90-degree angle with the height. Therefore, that hypotenuse was the base. But if you look here, whenever you have something that might create an acute angle, it's okay to go outside of that and match up to find that 90-degree angle.
In that case, how do you know what's the base?
It would give, well, if you base and height always form a 90-degree angle, so it wouldn't be the 12.8.
Okay.
Yeah. Like on the other one, the 80 and the 40 created the 90-degree angle, so we had to use those. So in this one, we'd have to use the 8 and the 7 because they also form the 90-degree angle. No, that's a good question. All right. Work backwards. The area is 22.5 units. What is the length of the base? Go ahead and try and figure that out using the formula. So we'll plug in 22.5 for area. When you're done, go ahead and take a look at my answer and see if they match up or if you guys have any questions at all on those. I know the notes kind of look extensive whenever you first see them, but there's really not a whole lot. All right, example number 6. Use the trapezoid below to answer the question. Find the area of the trapezoid. What will triple the height of the trapezoid? What happens to the area if you triple both the base lengths? Let's first just talk about trapezoid and what the area is. So trapezoid, remember the area is equal to, I believe it's 1/2 the height times the base 1 plus base 2. So the way that this works is within a trapezoid, it's very similar to like a rectangle in the sense that you're going to have two 90-degree angles. Because you have two 90-degree angles, both of those lines that help form that 90-degree angle are going to be considered bases. So for instance, this would be B1 and this would be B2, and 15 would be your height. So now let's plug that into our equation. 1/2 15 times 10 plus 22. Always look for those 90-degree angles. That'll give you what your base and height are. So 1/2 15 times 32, which then is going to create 240 inches squared. So let's take a look at part B. Part B says what will tripling the height of the trapezoid do to the area? So now we want to look at it is what if the height was 45? So let's go ahead and plug that into our equation. Our Marvel what if. And then we know 10 plus 22 is 32 already. I'll write that step anyway, just so you guys have it. And then you should get 720. If I'm incorrect at all, somebody just kind of double check me or raise their hand. What do you notice about it? What happens compared to the original? Connor? It tripled. So on part C, okay, so if we triple the height, okay, it'll triple our area. Part C says what happens if you triple both the bases. both base lengths. So in this case, I'm going to make B1 30. I'll make B2 66. So area is equal to 1/2 15 times 30 plus 66. Area is equal to 1/2 times 15 times 96. Wait, this can't be right. Area is equal to 720 inches squared again. So when we triple the height, or we triple both the bases, we get a tripling of what we originally had. That's so cool! If you're a math nerd. All right, part C we're not going to do. Or part D we're not going to do. What happened if you only triple the length of one base? You will not triple. Okay, it will not come out as triple. But we're not going to work on that one. I want to keep moving to example 7 and 8. Try and work backwards on this one on your own. You've got that formula. Area is equal to 1/2 height B1 plus B2. I give you one of the bases. It doesn't matter which one you label as B1 or B2. I just give you one of them. And I give you the area. Can you find what the other base is? Go ahead, try it out for about 30 seconds, and then I'll slowly start putting the words up. Take a look at your answer. Take a look at my answer. See if either of them makes sense. Maybe I'm off. I plugged in 140 for my area, plugged in 10 for my height, and then I chose one of the B's. It didn't matter which one. I plugged in a 19. 140 is equal to 5 times 19 plus B. Subtract 95 when I distribute. And then I get 45 is equal to 5B, and then I divided by 5 and got 9. Last example that I have for you here, find the exact area and perimeter of the given trapezoid. Area, remember, is the inside. Okay, perimeter is the outside. So let's first start with the area. Just going to rewrite the formula. And one thing that I don't know, though, is I don't really know the height. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my thing. I got to try and find that out. So if I know this whole thing is 14, I'm sorry, then this part's got to be 8, and this part has to be 6. So knowing this now, how could I find that missing side? How do I find the missing side of a triangle? Good. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So let's do 6 squared plus B squared equals 7 squared. $36 I don't cooperate. I don't know what's up with it. Hold on. 36 plus b squared equals 49. So then b squared is equal to 13. B is equal to plus, I'm sorry, b is equal to the square root of 13. I'm trying to write. I think one of my buttons on my, I think it's still sticking. All right, so from here, since now we know our height to be, this is going to be our height, is the square root of 13. I now have area is equal to 1/2 the square root of 13 times 8 plus 14. So area is equal to 1/2 times the square root of 13 times 22. So area is equal to 11 square root of 13. Or area is approximately, oh, it says find the exact area. Oh, we don't need to worry about this then. We're done. It says exact area. Units squared. Exact means that we can leave it in radical form. If we wanted an approximate, you can plug that into your calculator and get the decimal, but since it wants the exact, then we're good. Perimeter. Here's how we find perimeter. Perimeter, we'll start with 14 plus 7 plus 8 plus the square root of 13. So P is equal to 14 and 7, that's 21, plus 8 plus the square root of 13. 29 then, plus the square root of 13. And since it wants it as exact, I can just leave it as that. I can't combine the square root of 13 with 29 unless I make it into a decimal. Because it says exact, I'm not looking for a decimal. I'm looking for, that would be an approximate. So that would be my final answer. Okay. And with that,